On this video, I would like to begin a short inductive grammar of Akkadian, putting it in lessons, short lessons of maybe 10 minutes at the most, or 15, going through the Akkadian grammar inductively, trying to teach the grammar and using Hammurabi's epilogue. And so what I will try to do is hold it to about 10 or 15 minutes, read a line or two, look at the vocabulary along with a translation. Let me just say, as I do this, some of the tools that have helped me immensely is Raquel Borger, who wrote a landmark work entitled Babylonisch Assyrisch Lehrstück, which is still in use today, and some of the transliterations is based upon his work. The normalization in which the transliteration is modified is my own work. And so my desire is to make this as simple as I can. Hammurabi was an ancient Babylonian king who set up this law code. And it's amazing. When you look at the ancient Near East, it's one of the existing monuments that we still have of the cuneiform literature. But what I'd like to do, and I've already done this in longer form, I'd like to divide it up into short lessons now and try to see what I can come up with. So I'm going to read the transliteration and then the normalization that I give. The transliteration from Borger followed by the normalization, and then do the grammar. And I'm going to put it in a series of lessons if I can. And I'd like to limit it to about 10 to 15 minutes. We begin in the epilogue with the two words dinat misharim. That would be the laws of justice. That's the way it starts. Looking at the grammar, dinat is a noun. It is a feminine plural noun from dinum. Note that the ot ending indicates a feminine plural. It is like the feminine plural in Hebrew, which is ot. The noun means, hence, law. It's also related to the Hebrew word din, meaning judgment. So we begin with the laws of justice. Misharim in the Akkadian is the genitive singular noun, and in Akkadian, the genitive singular ends in im. So misharim means of justice. In Akkadian, just to summarize the case endings, you have um, which shows a nominative singular. You have im, which is a genitive singular, and which is an accusative singular. And is the nominative plural ending, and I is the genitive and accusative plural suffix ending. Just a little bit about the suffixes that you find in Akkadian. So again, you have with that ending, nominative singular, genitive singular, accusative singular, nominative plural ending, and is your genitive and accusative plural suffix ending. So the noun misharim means justice and is related, if we're looking at the Hebrew, to the cognate Hebrew word meshar, which actually means justice or equity. So we begin with Hammurabi's law code, the laws of justice. He felt that what he was giving was just laws. Shah Hammurabi, as we look at the next phrase, which Hammurabi? The Sharum Leum, the king competent, or the competent king. Shah is a relative pronoun, which means which. The Hebrew relative pronoun in the Mishnaic Hebrew is sheh, whereas the biblical is asher. Asher. So Hammurabi is a proper name, and of Hammurabi, again, is the way it should be rendered. So the laws of justice of Hammurabi would be the way, or I should say, which, the laws of justice, which Hammurabi. Then we have Sharum Leum. Sharum, Sharuum, and Leum is the transliteration, and then we put those consonant vowel consonants together into a noun sharum and leum. Sharum means king, leum means competent. So as we look at the two together, sharum leum, he's claiming to be the capable king or the competent king. Sharum is the masculine singular nominative noun meaning king. Notice the ending that we had talked about in the nominative singular, and it's followed by an adjective, leum. Again, this is also a nominative singular adjective meaning capable or competent. So we begin as the laws of justice which Hammurabi, the competent king. And now we come to the verb ukinuma. And if we normalize it, it would be ukinuma, set up or establish. And ukinuma in Akkadian is what we call a D preterite, and it's a subjunctive. Now, it's a third masculine singular from the middle weak verb kanu, which is similar to kun in Hebrew, for example. So ukinuma is a D subjunctive third masculine singular from kanu. Notice in Akkadian, the D conjunction corresponds to the Hebrew PL stem, which shows intensification, and the U suffix indicates a subjunctive which follows the relative sha in Akkadian subordinate clauses. It does not express a probability or a wish, though, as in the Greek or Latin. So basically, when you think about kinuma, you might think about the Hebrew kun, the middle weak verb, which has the same meaning to establish. And so it's interesting as we look at Akkadian, we can find interesting parallels vocabulary wise in Hebrew. So this would be lesson 1. I'm going to try to hold it to about 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I've already put out on YouTube and also out on, I think, in written format on Google Books, the laws of justice which Hammurabi, the capable king, set up. I'm going to stop there, and next time we'll pick up and look at Akkadian and some of the basics conjunction of Akkadian. And we'll try to look at that next time as we continue on in this trying to do a simple Akkadian grammar with short lessons. And I would encourage you to try to find Borger, if you could find it, or online a transliteration of the epilogue of Hammurabi's code, and follow along. And we'll try to take our time. And I'm turning this into lessons, which I didn't do before, and trying to hold it to 10 to 15 minutes at the most.